What's up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Let's welcome my special guest from NC Central, defensive lineman. He's on the spotlight by CG, man. So how's it going, bro? Darius Williams.
Going good. How about yourself?
That's doing well, man. So Juju, huh? That's your nickname?
Yes, sir.
Must be that little voodoo or something.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. So for anybody else who's not too familiar with you, tell them who you are, man.
I'm Darius Juju Williams out of Hemingway, South Carolina. I signed with Middle Tennessee out of high school. I was there for 3 years. I ended up transferring to Indiana State for 2 and finished my last year eligibility at North Carolina Central University.
Okay, so you've been like a journeyman. So you've been playing during the COVID year, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you take away from all those experience going from many years of college?
Just persevering, growing, and being patient.
Okay, so you were just patience and all that, but what really got you into football at an early age?
First of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the opportunity to do this interview. But what got me into football was my pops. I know because he played back in the day pretty good, and he just instilled it in me that I had what it took to be a great football player. So, and it's just being around my older cousins, my brother, because he played running back in high school, and he was a big influence on why I started playing football.
Okay, so there's a lot of influence with families. I mean, sometimes families are the huge factor. I mean, the older brother, the father. I mean, even sometimes the mother might be more encouraging for their kids to do it sometimes.
Yes, sir.
So, the last name kind of seems kind of like a familiar name. Any relations to Mario Williams or no?
No, sir.
But it sounds like a cool name, right? Like the guy seems like a good player too, huh? Yeah. So, okay. So have you met with any other football teams or no?
I would like to skip that question.
Okay. Keep it professional. Okay. I mean, it's all good. I mean, so why should NFL teams draft you, man?
I would say just based off God-fearing. I'm a family-oriented guy. Effort, toughness. I'm a versatile guy. I play with my heart, and I'm willing to get the job done. Whatever coach needs me to do, I'm willing to do it. Whatever the team needs, I'm willing to get the job done, do for the team.
Okay. So what do you look at from what's your favorite thing about playing at North Carolina Central?
Just the environment. Coaches, like it's very family oriented. I mean, not saying every place that I was at wasn't family oriented, but it's just being around workers, great fathers, and that's what made Central a good environment for me.
Okay, so
And
it's
the
like
people around, like the alumni, they like the coaches. So like you see a bunch of alumni all around campus. They show you love so much. Like they welcome you until during North Carolina.
okay, so you felt like a welcome with the family oriented and all that stuff, huh?
Yes, sir.
So what do you compare the difference from playing those other colleges? What was the experience like from playing with, like you just said, you went to a couple colleges before you went to North Carolina Central. So what were those experiences like? You said you last played at Indiana State before you went to Central.
Yes, sir.
So what was it like playing at Indiana State?
It wasn't no different. I don't really see the difference. It wasn't really no difference.
So it was just more of the environment difference. Is that what it is? Or
yeah, just more environment.
Okay. So what position have you played before you started playing football?
like getting started from like small, like rec league,
Yeah.
I played running back and defensive end.
Okay, that's relatable because you would know where the ball carrier is going to be, but then you would have the tendency how to get to the quarterback. So are you the kind of guy that likes to trash talk, or you let your play do the talking?
Uh, I let my play do the talking, but sometimes I can get in that mode. I can get in that mode, trash talking. But other than that, I let my actions speak for me.
Well, yeah, that's a good attitude right there. You let your play do the talking. What's your major in college? So you always got to have another plan in case anything goes into play.
So I received my business administration degree from Indiana State and child development from North Carolina Central. But I would love to own my own welding company because I welded in high school and it stuck with me. So I would love to own my own welding company. As far as I wanted to coach as well, so that would have put me in the school system.
Okay, so in the near future, when your career is all said and done, you would have your career with the school level. Okay, that's a good backup plan. Can't go wrong with that. And plus, you have that knowledge. You can give that knowledge to the youngsters and all that to know how to play the game and all that stuff. So that would be a good backup plan. But I think you'll probably pursue your dream how you're gonna do it.
Yes, sir. God's will, God's way,
God will
God's
give you
speed.
God will give you the purpose when it's necessary. Was there like another position that you were opposed to play with, like you were currently playing?
In college or high school?
College. Like, was there like other positions that they were wanting you to play before?
Um, I when I was at Indiana State, when I was at Middle Tennessee, I bought into special teams. I was because I came with some injury, so had to be mindful. But I bought into special teams. When I mainly played defensive end there, but when I got to Indiana State, I played tackle. I played tackle defensive end, but I was always the spy guy at Indiana State. So I spied a quarterback. That'd be basically I'm dropping 5 yards or over the ball, and wherever he go, I just trigger. And that's the same way at North Carolina Central. I did the same thing.
So that does translate well from what you're currently at because you did it at Indiana State to where.
Yeah.
So, what would you prefer as a defender? Do you prefer scoring touchdowns or get them sacks?
Get them sacks. Get them sacks.
Can't go wrong with that, man.
Yes,
I mean, what makes you stand up from the rest of the defensive line in this draft class?
I say my effort. I'm a big effort guy. Energy. Not saying anybody else not a leader in the locker room, but I'm a great leader, vocal, willing to learn, coachable, trustworthy. And that's just coming with that mindset, not getting outworked. Not saying everybody else, but that's just me.
You just got to feel confident and do the way you do your job. So, yeah. So, just for that example, like the way you put it, so I would think that's how you would explain why teams would draft you. But what's another factor why they should draft you?
I say because my story, just my journey. Because I had a lot of adversity, and like life can throw curveballs, and it's not about how you react, it's how you respond to any situation that you go through in life. So when I was at Middle Tennessee, I had my difficulties. Like my father had his health issues. My mom, when I'm transferring to Indiana State, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer. Further along, like my pops, he was blind and on dialysis every 3 days out of the week. So, and I ended up having my daughter within that same time period that my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that just on top of injuries. Like, so mentally, I was shocked, but I overcame all adversity. But I just learned from what my father taught me. Like he told me, out of everything he done been through, my mom done been through, they never gave up, they never quit it. So that just instilled me to keep going. Like whatever life throws at you, keep going.
Yeah,
And it's all about responding, not reacting. So that's why I feel like that's why a team should drive me, just because of what life threw at me, just preparing me for later down the road.
yeah. You kind of overcame it. You went through some schools, but you've proven to be the better person that you are today. So you had a lot of challenges, like you just explained. So a lot of factors, but like your dad and your mom must have said, they had to tell you to keep going, never
Yes,
give
sir.
up. And that's a good way to look at it. So, okay, let me answer this question. Since we're talking defensive schemes and all this, which defensive scheme fits your skill more, 3-4 or 4-3, or what defense did you guys play at Central?
4-3, but which whichever scheme I can get into, I'm gonna have to adjust. I'm gonna have to adapt. I can adapt to any environment. Put it like that.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. You're more adaptable because you played the 4-3 in Central. So I would think San Francisco runs a similar defense like that, but I don't know if you don't even want to answer that, but I would think they run a defense like that. And then you have like teams that run 3-4, like Pittsburgh and some other teams. But I think you're more than capable. Why you choose 99? Is there 99 problems?
Nah, my Coach Courtney Cord, he wore 99 in college, and he actually went to Central, and like he offered me to wear it. So I said, at first I was like, oh, I don't know, but I'm like, you can, if you want it, you can wear it. So that's why I wore 99, and on film, like I played with so much passion, just because like of what he overcame, and it's like, oh man, like we the same. So I give him my word and to give him my all to play with passion and his number.
So he gave you he gave you his blessing and said just wear 99.
Yes, sir.
And he
Because
was the one yeah, he was the original one wearing the number, so he gave you the blessing and say, hey man, just wear it.
yes, sir.
So 99, that's always kind of a good number for mostly D lines, man. Like you got a lot of them great ones. Like you could think of guys like Warren Sapp, JJ Watts, Alden Smith. If he would have had his head straight, man, he was a pretty damn good player. I mean, a lot of guys who wore 99 were pretty good. So toughest opponent have you faced, like offensive line or somebody that you talked the most trash with, or they talked the most trash?
Uh, I would say Nick Tasty from South Carolina State.
Okay. Was he the most trash talker or was he the toughest?
Toughest.
Okay. What was the one opponent that was the more trash talk to you?
Um, mm, I don't think I ran across any trash talking online.
Okay. So you were probably the less one to talk to, but so your nickname, right? So you got a football nickname. Was that the name Juju or is it something else?
Oh, Juju. So that was from a childhood. So I ended up moving to Hemingway, South Carolina, and my first year I didn't play with the rec team that was in him. I was playing with K's, but like I played like I always. They knew I could have hit. So by my father being from Hemingway, I ended up moving teams and playing for Hemingway, and I just happened to, I guess, hit the running back. One of the running backs they came through, and I hit him, and like it echoed, and like the coaches was like, Timmy Johnson, Bobcat Waterman. They was like, that's Juju's son. And ever since, the name just stuck with me since I came. And I was like 9. I was like
So
9.
It's got to be one of those cool nicknames. I mean, Juju just seems like something out of the ordinary. I mean, there's quite a few guys that have that nickname also, like the receiver. But for you, Juju just seems like a catchy name for a D line, right?
Yes, sir. No doubt about it.
You just got to go with the flow, like they all say. But yeah. So appreciate everybody else checking out the comment section. But let's see. What are you outside of football?
That's
Like as a person, like a human being, and all that stuff. What do you do outside of your free time?
I spend most of my time with my dog. Try as much. I like to walk. I like to explore nature. I like to explore nature. Other than that, either football, working out, spend time with my daughter, or I just take walks, like do trails.
Okay, so you're just like more of a family kind of guy, like those outdoor stuff. So what do you do to prepare for yourself for any upcoming games, like those neutral kind of games?
First, I love to pray. I love to pray, like just for God. I just ask God to guide me, not as far as not me, but my teammates and opponents as well. But I love to get cryo, massage, deep tissue massages. I love to stretch. So on Sundays we'll work out, practice. But on Monday, that's the academic day. And I got to work. Okay, so I ice tub, cold tub, hot tub, roll out, stretch, and about time that's like 3 or 4 o'clock. Like I go upstairs, like that's everywhere I went. Like I go watch film with my D-line coach for an hour or so. And then Tuesday it's just I work out and do the same thing all through the week. But by Thursday, I love to take a Epsom salt bath, alcohol Epsom salt bath on that Thursday, and then Friday we gone. And as well, like when we get to the hotel, I love to take an ice bath, stretch, pray, and that'll be my night on the
Okay,
Friday.
that's a good way to put it. And then you put some film work on your opponent, what their tendencies are, and all that study habits. So you take that time, then you kind of rest your body a little bit, and then pray, like you said, and then you just do the warm ups, I guess. So that's another way to put it. If you can sack one NFL quarterback, which I believe you will at some point, I mean, you're already reaching your opportunities. So if you had to choose one NFL quarterback, who would it be? Past or present? Who would it be?
I'll say Jake Delhomme. Jake Delhomme, Drew Brees, Lamar.
Okay, so Drew Brees would be the pass, but Lamar Jackson, yeah, that's a good choice. This guy's very athletic. Like he's just like something out of the ordinary. Like I guess you could say he's like the second coming of Michael Vick, but a little more of a better athlete version.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
yeah.
I say that because I don't know. Like I love to chase. I love like it's just effort. I love to chase a quarterback down. It's just something about you getting around the edge. He taking off and you just running them down.
Oh,
especially when the coverage good in the back end. I live for those.
You live for those efforts and those hustles. Yeah, that's something right there. And plus, you're coming from a small school. You come a long ways. I mean, I guess we didn't bring up your favorite kind of other sports or music or food artists in general. I mean, we're just getting to know you as a person also. So it's like there's got to be other outside hobbies that you enjoy, like other sports, other music, food, and artists. Like what's like something that interests you?
Outside of football, my hobbies. So I used to play. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. Played basketball, track. But sometimes I go pick up basketball games just for. I don't do it just to play basketball. Sometimes I do it just for the cardio. just like forsake, or I have my nephews or little cousins just to get them out the house. But music, I'm open to any genre, so I can listen to any genre. So I don't have a favorite artist anymore. I don't have a favorite artist anymore. So I open my mind to where I can listen to anybody, any genre.
Okay, so what about like what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I'm from the country now, So I go like, I like perlo, got the raccoon, deer meat, squirrel. Can't go wrong with the squirrel.
Oh, let's see. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the countries, like you said. So North Carolina. I mean, there's a lot of those type of natures over there. So it's got to be pretty interesting. So,
I'm actually from South Carolina.
oh, you're from South. Oh, you came from South Carolina, huh? That's the
Yeah.
same place where Javon Kinlaw comes from, and Debo Samuel, and quite a few other
Yeah.
guys, man. So since we're bringing up something about who do you model your game after, you kind of surprised me with something behind this before we got to this interview. So who did you model your game after?
Um, I I say Byron Young, just because we're from the same area, and by him making it, like, it's just by him being that type of speed rusher. I'm taking notes on him, I'm learning from him. So that's who I model my game after.
Okay, I mean he's from South Carolina from the looks of what you from that, and then you kind of like compare your plays to Davion Clowney also.
Yeah, just off that, just ball get off, and just knowing the flow of the ball, just knowing the formation.
Okay, so just from coming to the country, what's the different taste between a squirrel and a raccoon, bro? I never tried it, so I wouldn't know the difference.
Squirrel, it all depends on how you cook it. The squirrel is more sweeter, but it tastes like chicken.
Oh, okay.
It tastes like chicken. Coon tastes just like deer meat, hashed up deer meat. So raccoon and deer meat taste the same. Like if they hash it up together, you probably won't be able to tell.
Okay, so they're just a little different, but like you said, the squirrel, if you cook it right, it tastes sweet, but it tastes like chicken, and the raccoon kind of has the deer meat. So, do you have a sack celebration or something or no?
Yeah, like the celebration that I hit, not the celebration that I did against the hit against Morgan, and that just was I watched. Okay, so I had this came up a couple of days ago. So me and my teammates, we were just climbing around. We did the dance, and that's how I came up with that celebration. And it probably I say it came from I want to say Martin. I want to say Martin. Okay, that's that way. Okay, Martin. But I just add my little rhythm to it.
Okay, that's kind of like another way to go with it. How do you handle crowd noise as an away team?
Oh, I love it. That's give me an extra boost. It give me an extra boost.
Makes you even want to play more harder than
Yeah.
expected, you know. So has any other NFL players reached out to you and helped you prepare for the stage leading up to the draft? Any players who may be in the NFL that giving you some advice or reached out to you?
Uh, I want um Jonathan. I can't call his last name, but he played with the Bills. He just got traded to the Texans, which where I'm training at. He don't we don't train together, but I see him in the midst of us transitioning, and he gives me pointers on rushing the passer, having great hand placement.
Oh, are you kind of referring to a guy named Jonathan Graynard or something?
Uh, I can't.
But
I'm
I
not
guess it's
sure.
advice from any player, man. They just give you the preparation for the next level, so at least you have a better understanding.
Yes, sir.
So, what's your goals going into pro day? Like, what do you want to achieve before the draft?
As far as like numbers,
Yeah, numbers are what you want to achieve that you feel like you can try to get these other teams' attention.
I feel like I don't want to say achieve. I'm not saying that, but it's not a hard question. I just don't we can skip that question.
Okay, you want it to be a surprise. Okay, you want it to be a surprise. All right, man. No hard feelings, but at least you're kind of taking it respectfully. Some people may just say, "Man, don't give me this question," or but you got to be ready for those kind of questions at some point with some of these guys. I mean, these reporters can be a little pushy, man. I'm just giving you some better preparation. But if you could have a meal with one celebrity, alive or dead, who would it be? I like this kind of question. This kind of gives you a fantasy thought. Who would you want to meet one day and just have a meal with?
I say Bernie Mac.
What?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. Oh man, I like that guy. That guy's funny, man. Like, man, I wish he was still alive, man. He got the good comedy shows and all that good comedian stuff. Man. Like, what's wrong with you, woman? Like America, we got a problem, America. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac, but that dude was hilarious.
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, he
like
was one of my top three. Yeah.
Sometimes you need those type of moments with great straight laughter, straight humor.
He was a great, like, I guess, like they say, laughter is the great medicine. He was a great medicine for laughter.
Yeah.
So since I don't know, like since you've been on this program, NC Central for quite a while, do you know their fighting song or something?
Nah, it's no sir. Basically, the band really just play it, and we just go up.
Oh, you just go up with the finger up? Okay.
Yeah, the band will play. They'll play the song.
Okay, that's understandable. I think Granddads kind of put it this way: "Our mighty, we're here. Our spirits will be ring free for the fighting Eagles, dear old NC." I don't know if that's the case, but he kind of seems like one of those kind of guys, those little Google freaks that just goes in and searches all the music and all that stuff. But like you said, they probably put the band and you just do this, so it's probably one of those. But let's see. How does the moment feel? Does it feel surreal or does it feel business as usual?
As I was declaring, it felt surreal, but now I got to the point like it's business as usual. As I feel like as I'm getting towards draft day.
Okay. So that means it just felt like it got to be business as usual. So what did you feel like when you were playing that you would have like thinking like, you know what, I can make it to the NFL one day?
Since I was young.
So it was a passion.
I was young. My pops told me, he said, you want to go to the NFL, you can do it. He told me it starts now. I didn't get it. I didn't quite get it then, but he told me.
So
I was 9.
Yeah. So your dad was pushing for you since you were 9 and kept telling you can make it. And a dad encouraging you tells you otherwise, man. That's something that most kids would want to have is somebody more encouraging.
Yes, sir.
I mean, some kids have dealt with their parents differently, you know, like some of the greats. Like, I think sometimes there's some fathers that are very cheerful and very encouraging and very pushing, and then there's some that kind of bring them down, you know, but that kind of brings the best out of them in some ways, you know, like Barry Sanders, for example. Barry Sanders didn't just become great overnight, man. His dad was the biggest criticism, which made him among the best at the position. But he took it as fuel. I mean, there's a lot, you know, so let's see. Ooh, I don't know about this one. Is related to former Jaguars defensive line Julius Williams.
Not that I know of.
Man, it just seems like the catchy names, but I don't know, man. But I guess it doesn't answer right there. So, you know, I think we pretty much catch up everything that you needed to do necessary. But let's see. I got a couple more questions, then we can go from here. So let's see. All right, so what do you take away from all your experience that you can improve on going into the NFL? Like, what's the weakness that you need to improve on the most?
I won't say weaknesses. I say cautions. Basically, just staying locked in. Staying locked in. That's all I'll say. Just staying locked in.
Okay.
And being ready when my number's called.
Yeah, be prepared and just be ready for the moment and all that stuff. Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling just to get that opportunity to go play for something that you grew up as a kid. So it has to be a dream come true. So let me ask you one last question, and then we'll end it from here. So, what was a favorite team you grew up watching that you would love to play for, or it doesn't matter in general what team you play for?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I play for. It doesn't matter. Just whoever picks me, I'll be grateful for the opportunity. Gonna give my best. I'm gonna give my all, and it's gonna be one of those to where they won't regret picking me.
You know
But
what? You know
I,
what?
I, go ahead, go ahead.
You know what? I got one last question for you to go with, but you can finish the rest. My bad.
Okay, but I grew up watching the Saints. And it was the Saints and the Cardinals. I was when I was playing running back. I was a Reggie Bush fan, so that's how I ended up sticking with the Saints. But I also was a fan of Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay, so you grew up a Saints fan, but you kind of liked it because of Reggie Bush. Then you like Larry Fitzgerald from the Cardinals, so it's like there's a lot to like about it. But what do you take away from the HBCU college bowl game? Because I believe you were one of those bowl games. What do you take away from that experience?
I went to the FCS Bowl and the Tropical Stardom Scrimmage. I
Yeah.
mean, I took away from it's just learning people coming from different backgrounds and taking the knowledge from different coaches. That's all, and it was a great experience. It was a great experience, and
Okay.
just competing with different levels of talent.
And it got you ready for the next level with those talents. So, okay, so let's just do, I guess you can say, like those little off questions where you kind of prepare yourself for the next level. Let's say, okay, you rarely get this every now and then, but let's say a teammate just happens to quit on the football team while you guys are playing the game. Like, let's say midway in the third quarter, and you needed somebody to sub in for somebody. And he refused to play because he's selfish and he just got mad because the other guy took his spot and he just didn't want to go out there. Then he had a hissy fit and just walked out on you guys. How would you respond under that circumstance?
Me personally, I wouldn't say I'll respond in a great way just to give them that encouragement of competing, because in this game you can't be scared of competition, because
Yeah.
competition breeds excellence. Iron sharpen iron. So just instilling that knowledge in them, give them some encouragement, some motivation, and just let them go out there and just proving itself. Because at the end of the day, you're not in competition with nobody but yourself, if that makes sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
that makes
yeah,
sense.
you compete against your teammates, but you're not in competition with nobody else but yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you go home, lay your head down, you have to be honest with yourself. Did I get better today? Did I 1% better? That's all I'm gonna tell them. 1% better. Did you get 1% better today? And you got to have that thermostat mentality. You got to have that thermostat mentality.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I definitely encourage them to go. Don't quit just because when you quit, you quitting on yourself. You're not only quitting on the team, but you quitting on yourself. And that's just showing, like, when times are hard, that's what you're gonna do.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. Let's say you guys are going into halftime just down by a couple touchdowns. What would be your best speech for the team just to come back and win this ball game?
I want to say new half, new quarter is 0-0. And my defensive coach always told us, something bad happened, keep playing. Something good happened, keep playing. for 60 minutes or however long it takes. And that's like when we was down sometimes, or we started off sluggish. Like I say that in the locker room to the guys, like get them up, get them all riled up, and we'll go out and dominate. So that's what I tell. Like I definitely say, something good happen, keep playing. Something bad happen, keep playing for 60 minutes or however long it takes. That'll be my message.
That's a good attitude to put it in. So the last one. All right. So sideline incident. You see teammates not on the same page. They're just not on the same terms. Let's say it's just a teammate on the same position, but they're just not really communicating really well at each other, and it's getting way out of hand. How would you handle it as a teammate under the circumstances?
Could you repeat that?
Like, let's say, okay, so on the sidelines, you got a teammate and another teammate just not on the same page, and they're just really at it to a point where they're going at a physical altercation. How would you deal with the situation as a teammate?
I split it up. I have one of the captains or the leaders of that position, or just someone on the team just talk to one, and I talk to one. Because I mean, it can be emotions. It just be in the heat of the moment, but at the same time, you can't let nobody take you out of character, and you never know. Like that heated moment might cause us the game. You never know.
Yeah.
So just let them know that you just staying positive, because and watching what you say, because people can take words like the wrong way. So it just knowing how you talking to people and the words that's coming out your mouth, really.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, I guess we can put it this way. I definitely appreciate your time, bro. I know you got some stuff to do later on, but for everybody else, tell them where they can find your social media platform. And hey, man, best of luck. Whatever your journey is, man, I'm definitely pulling for you to succeed at the next level. Whether it's on the 49ers or any other 31 teams, I'm pulling for you to succeed at the next level, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, anytime, bro. And thank you guys for tuning in. Check out NC Central, Darius Juju Williams. Go check him out. He's a standout from the Tropical Bowl, man. Go check this guy out, man. And thank you for your time, and everybody else. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we're out.